can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Opportunity of a lifetime. Ever since you was a little kid, you waited for this moment. Hey, we this go all day. Put your body on the line for each and one of your brothers today. We running through a motherfucking day. You hear me? That's the shit we gonna be on. It's in prime time, and we coming out with nothing but dog. Y'all feel me? 1 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, dude. That's my tribal chief. I'm holding up the one for my guy, Penny Sewell. Anybody who knows, I ain't Roman Reigns in this town.
Right.
That's Penny Sewell. There you go.
Bro. All right.
Kick it off.
Happy Victory Tuesday.
Tuesday.
That's right. It is Victory Tuesday. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, D-Mac, KG in the house. What's really good, other than Jared Goff?
I know what's not good.
What's that?
You, Mr. Two Furnace Man. You know,
What you mean?
You got an EV now. You better than us.
Okay, all right. Just settle down. Just settle down, all right? We got Spend Mo Racks.
Hello.
Hey, he's going to buy a second furnace.
Kenny coming in with violence.
Could afford a second furnace after that. Just a legendary night of betting for the boy. Great night for the Lions. Went 9 for 9 on my bets. Gave them all out on the pregame show.
Yep.
So if you tailed, you made some money. Yeah. But shout out to Caesar Sportsbook for the odds. Shout out to the Lions for taking care of business.
Getting you paid?
Getting me paid.
Oh, absolutely. Scoot, 998.10. What a game last night. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. All you got to do is subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, like tens of thousands of you have already, as we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers on the Woodward Sports YouTube page. Andrew Smith, happy Victory Tuesday, BDE. Happy Victory Tuesday, everyone.
Tuesday, isn't it?
It is Tuesday. Last night was a vibe. No, it certainly was. It certainly was. Spenny got paid. The Lions won. And we're going to get into all of it. We are. James, Goff haters looking like fools right now. Easy tried to tell you guys that Goff was the real deal.
He did.
Mm-hmm. He was chanting his name on the pregame show yesterday. Easy's been on board. Where have you guys been?
That's true.
Yeah.
No, but it is Victory Tuesday. And D-Mac, James in the chat, Spenny, Monty got the womp of the week, no cap.
No cap at all. Absolutely no cap. I literally ripped it. That was just amazing.
I'll tell you this. David Montgomery last night had the most dominant, loudest 12 carries for 40 yards of all time. It feels like he ran for 300 yards yesterday.
Oh, yeah, dude. Wasn't that like back in the day, that Earl Campbell?
Yes.
You see him getting his jersey ripped off and fighting through guys or whatever. Hard running by both him and Gibbs. You know, Gibbs got a little bit of the more, doesn't it seem that one game, one of these guys is going to have the couple tutties and then the other game, the other guy? But look at that as a whole, Thunder and Lightning as a whole, and Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery. What a weapon. And especially, to come out in the second series and just absolutely, run it, the dominance that we had. And that goes out, shout out to the offensive line, the adjustments made by everybody with their best player, Frank Ragnow, being out. So, yeah, does that not define this team and yet what the city's all about?
100%.
Take pride, for sure.
100%. But one thing is clear, the offense is back. They are locked and loaded, and we got a ton to discuss, D-Mac. I did the watch party last night with Flannel, with KG, with you are out there as well. Yep. You popped in. And there are some things I do want to discuss with the people. Pete Smith, how about this? The last time it's October baseball today.
It
the
is.
MLB
Watch
playoffs
party.
start today. Your Tigers are involved. Our Tigers are involved. Scooble on the bump. He's an underdog on Woodward on Woodward Sports, official sports book, Caesar Sports.
Yeah, you don't have to go anywhere. 2:30, right here.
Yep.
Woodward
Watch.
Sports,
By the
party.
way, watch party here for the game. Thousands of you watched the game with us last night. Mm-hmm. More of you tens of thousands of you tapped into the post-game show. And I'm telling you guys this. There can't be a more listened to post-game show in this city than there was last night. Stick and Anson out at Hayes Social yesterday. You guys were on one last night. So, again, just want to say thank you.
Absolutely.
Even Pete Smith, by the way, the last time the Tigers and Lions were within a calendar year of both making the playoffs was 1983-84.
Damn.
Sheesh, man.
So there's that. Speaking of people that were watching the watch party yesterday, Mason Leach in the chat.
Oh.
My bet didn't hit because K9 hit the over, the only running back to hit the over on the Lions all year long.
Should've tailed Spenny.
Well, hey, you know what? Mason Leach told me that it was slipping away.
Yep.
Sparty
I
dog.
knew it was coming.
The game just slipped
Sparty
away.
dog.
Yeah.
Spartan dog for sure. I love K9. Love him like a brother, but hold that L, buddy.
And that's what you hope for,
Yes.
right? When your favorite players that play in college come into town, they might have a night for their team, but at the end of the day, they had an L in the column.
100%.
Woodward Sports Chat thread, Slappy313. A playoff baseball game at 2 p.m. is so stupid. Guys, we went over this the other day.
It is kinda
MLB
stupid.
has 1.26 billion reasons this year for that playoff game to be at 2:30. That's the way it works.
Right.
And it's on network TV on ABC. So it's the most desired baseball game. It's on network TV.
Right.
It's the biggest stage. It'll do the highest numbers. It's the most intriguing baseball game in the playoffs. They're going to put it on the network, man. That's just the way that it works right now. MLB thinks it's fine. Every time they look at their checking account, it looks fine. The 2:30 game looks fine. Sauceton, I saw the watch party last night. The reaction to Goff's TD catch was great. And D-Mac, you were in the building. You saw that one developing. You knew right away. When Amon-Ra pulled up, I knew exactly where it was going to go. And I'll tell you this. Amon-Ra dropped that thing in a bucket.
What?
That was a
Oh,
dog.
absolutely. And when you hear them get interviewed and talk about it, it's they've planned on calling it, but didn't get the good looks. So Amon-Ra said, and I paraphrase this, that when I got that ball, I was gonna throw it. But yeah. It was surprising because he wasn't running as fast as you'd think on the end around if he was trying to get the edge. And right then and there, Jared Goff sold it well, right? A lot of times because the linebacker actually went out to cover him, but he waited till one of
Waving
the
that
last
ear.
minutes like good receivers do, put the hands up, and then threw a nice spiral into the crowd.
Real quick, some updates for the baseball game tonight. Jordan Alvarez is in the lineup for the Astros, hitting second. KG.
I almost got excited. I was ready.
KG hit the Florida Evans. He's like, damn.
I was ready, man. I got too excited. I'm sorry.
Justin Verlander is not on the Astros playoff roster. So there's that
There's
as
that.
well. So you won't even get the chance to boo Verlander.
All right, well, it just shows you, like, thanks. We've moved on. This is 2024, not 14, I guess.
Yeah. Woodward Sports Chat thread. Mason Leach. See, we have growth, D-Mac. And this, I'm tough on you guys, but it makes you grow. Mason Leach. It was a heat of the moment, Neil. It was a dumb comment by me.
heat of the
I'll own it like I did last night. I had PTSD from last year. D-Mac, that's growth.
Absolutely.
Shout
There
out
it is.
Mason Leach.
Self-awareness.
Big shout out.
When you're aware of the problem, you're halfway to solve it.
You're there you go. Also, too, this was in the Woodward. This was in the Woodward text thread, by the way. One Tom Mazaway.
Oh.
Let's see where. Oh man, I just had it and I lost it. Do you remember the gist? Oh, here it was. Mr. Tom Mazaway. This is like watching a slow death. In a game where they won by double digits,
Lost the lead.
that they never lost the lead in, that they were never not up by less than 8 points the entire second half. That's Tom Mazaway.
Well, no. Let me decipher Maz. Maz doesn't like it when you're playing teams that just won't go away. And we saw that last night. We all commented on him, is that Seattle is built that way, where they're just going to keep coming, and they have the talent to get back in the game. But the fact is that what we did is we answered. And when you did need a stop, you got the stop, and then you answered. And then put it away. So Maz just likes the blowouts, stress-free. And it's not going to be. What did you say yesterday, Neil? And this was the epitome of this game is win. Just win. I don't care what it is. We'll look and see the good that we did, the things that – there's a bunch of things that need to be corrected. But let's just, it's going to be like that. Your blood pressure in the Lions game continuing throughout the season isn't going to maintain. It's going to be up and down all game long like it was yesterday, but it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this then. Let's hit the break. I got a cat spot thing that I have to debunk here in the open as well. We'll give David Montgomery his flowers also, so we are definitely going to get into it. But yeah, Jared Goff was perfect, and we're going to talk about it, all the angles of it. We're going to get to the baseball game. It's the playoffs, dude, today.
It's crazy.
In 3 hours.
Don't even feel like it.
And it's wild to me because we just spent 162 games, and we had a roller coaster here. We came out of the gates, we were up.
7 games over 500.
Crashed, back from the dead. We do 162 games. Spenny can barely remember opening day, but he was out there.
I was.
He was out there. That's how long ago this whole thing started.
That is pretty crazy.
We do 162 games, and it could theoretically be over tomorrow night. And it hasn't even started yet.
Yep.
Like, that is absolutely wild. So it is. We're going to get into all of it. We're going to get to your comments as well. Salvation Army, D-Mac.
Absolutely. Have you ever thought about volunteering, but you don't know where to start? Start with the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. Visit registertoring.com to sign up for shifts. You'll have the option to choose a 2-hour session at a physical Red Kettle site or participate in a virtual bell ringing shift to raise funds from the comfort of your own home. Virtual bell ringers can sign up and begin fundraising at any time. Traditional bell ringing begins Friday, November 7th, so just over a month away, and runs through Christmas Eve, excluding Thanksgiving and Sundays. To sign up for volunteer shifts, visit registertoring.com.
What about Caesars?
Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports, the official sportsbook of Spencer Raxter.
Yes, sir.
He had to do it to you guys last night. Hey,
They might not like me anymore.
They might not like you, but I bet they do because you're a good guy.
That's fair.
And they like you guys as well. A lot of you have done it already, but scan the QR code on the screen. Use promo code Woodward1000. And here's the deal, everybody. Make your first deposit, place your first bet up to $1,000. If your first bet loses, you'll get it back as a bonus bet. It's like a free spin, everybody. And you can do it right there on Caesar Sportsbook. All the line, anytime we talk about gambling here on Woodward Sports, all the lines are brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook. The app is clean. It's easy to use, easy to navigate. It's not sitting there buffering all the time. It's smooth, everybody. It's everything you can ask for. You guys have been getting into it. You've been telling me you like it. So for the ones that haven't yet, here's your move. Scan the QR code. Use promo code Woodward1000. They got the great boosts on there. All of it. It's Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Buddy, Dr. Pierce, our injury insider, he'll be here today around noon. We got some things we're going to talk about. I want to talk about the injuries through the bye. Can you really get healed in the bye? I'm going to tell him I'm mad at him, too, because he was right about Jordan Love. Pissed off about that. But anyway, we're going to talk to Dr. Pierce here today. He is our injury insider. He has helped myself. He has helped Spenny. He can help you, too. If you're a weekend warrior, Dr. Pierce is the move. Trust the guy that Darren McCarty trusted with his career. Go to MichiganSportandSpine.com, scan the QR code on the screen. He'll be joining us coming up in about 45 minutes from now. Dr. Pierce, powered by MRI of Southfield. All right, keeping it pushing. We're off and running. Victory Tuesday here Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. If you're new to Woodward Sports, appreciate you guys tapping in. Welcome. Jump in here, get your thoughts. This is the most interactive show in sports talk in Michigan. Fact. So we appreciate you guys. KG in the building, Spencer Raxter. He got some commas last night.
Flush with cash.
Talk your shit, man.
Nah, it was a good night. It was a good night. You know, 2 people in Detroit went perfect last night.
That's right.
One was Spencer Raxter and one was Jared Goff.
That's right. There it is. Hide your cash, everybody. There's broke people around.
Hide the cash, everybody.
With your broke ass.
Right.
I just bought this baby. Cash.
Right. Great skit.
All right, let's get into it. Woodward Sports chat thread. Just what's your takeaways? Let's just do it right there.
Right.
Like let's just start right here. D-Mac, what's your takeaway?
Offense looked like it should be, especially red zone and stuff like we expected. So they're on play. Takeaway is they go out and they won a game that they needed to win for many different reasons. And going into the bye week at 3-1, having to face the Cowboys, you're in a great spot. I mean, you're in a great spot. Yes, there's some concerns to improve upon. It wasn't perfect, but I think that the biggest question is when was this offense going to get going? And that question was answered.
100%. It had the vibes, didn't it? Like Ben
Johnson
Johnson was in his bad vibes.
No matter what you threw at us, we're coming back. And look at the way we did it. You know, we gave you the whole menu right there, right? What did I say at halftime, Kenny? You and I were talking. I go, look, wait, it's coming.
Yep.
That JMO shot's coming, and sure as heck, boom, right when they needed. We answered every time that they answered. And so that just shows me when you get in against a team with a good offense, and it doesn't matter how many points or how many yards I give up to the other quarterback or whatever else. At the end of the day, what's the score look like?
Yeah, and that's where I was going to come in with my take on it. Like, I see it a bit differently than the people in the chat at the watch party yesterday. And look, we talked about the Mason Leaches and the Mazes, and there were a lot of them in the chat. But D-Mac, for me, the game flow of that game, the Lions were never not in control.
Right.
Never not in control. They were always the boss. From about the midway point of the first quarter till the end of the game, the Lions were in charge of that game. 6 touchdowns on 9 possessions?
Yep.
I want to say it was. Like, what are we talking about here? What do you mean it's slipping away? What do you mean, like, oh, they're breaking down? Like, what are you talking about, man?
So well, man.
Like, wait, look.
Shit is a disease.
And people, people want to talk about the defense, and Catspot said something on the lines of that pass defense won't hold up against Minnesota. Well, I'll tell you this, though. They're also not going to throw the ball 56 times. Here, the second half was even better. You want to know how it was defensively? You want to know why it was better? Because in the first half, Geno Smith's averaging about 8 yards per pass. He ended the game at 7 yards per pass. What's the problem here? What's the problem? Like, they threw the ball 56 times. They held the ball for, I think, 12 minutes of the third quarter because Jamison Williams scores in about 8 seconds. Like, that was the game flow of the game. The penalties were the penalties. Like, when the Lions were about to blow them out of the building, they called that ticky-tack defensive holding to keep their drive alive.
Yep.
You see that all the time. If you watch this league, you see it all the time. It's the nature of a one-score league. That's why it's a one-score league. It's always like that. And then the game flow changed, and then refs were chasing a call. Then they had to chase that call with another call. You see it all the time, guys. You see it all the time. I was never concerned that they weren't going to win. See it in every sport. That's where I kind of noticed the trend when I sit courtside doing basketball games. I'm like, that's interesting. That seems to happen over and over again. So, like, it's very easy to understand. There's a little bit of nuance to it.
Understand the why.
Understand
right?
the why.
Not the right or the wrong, but the why.
But the overriding message from me, they were never not in control. That was a perfect NFL win. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yes, it was perfect. So there you have it. That was my takeaway. KG, what'd you have?
The defense is still good. I don't know what people are talking about with this defense, but I saw a defense that made the plays when they needed to make them. Yeah. Let's not even get started on the first half. They absolutely shut down the Seahawks in the first half.
7 points.
K9 had under 10 yards at the half. You had people stepping up, man. Shout out to Rodrigo. He made some plays. Jack Campbell had a forced fumble. Both of your corners had pass deflections in the first half. So they were completely null and void, a one-dimensional team going into the second half. And they made the plays they needed to make down the stretch. I know it wasn't perfect. It turned into a shootout like you alluded to. They were chasing calls. The refs were a little bit. And you hit the nail on the head last night, man. They were missing Derek Barnes. They were missing Brian Branch. They were missing these players. And you saw that, once game flow started dictating and the Seahawks started getting back in it. But overall, I thought they did a great job defensively. And this is still a good defense, y'all. Hang tight with this defense. Hang tight with Terry and Arnold. We know about the calls, but it's the NFL, man. You're going to get these type of things. But overall, I loved how the defense played.
And when here's some food for thought, by the way. Alex Anzalone, this comes courtesy of footballguys.com, which is a great website where you can track like snap counts and stuff like that. Alex Anzalone played 90 snaps last night. 90.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying here, man?
Yeah.
He had a week off a concussion. So
Carlton Davis played 88. Terry and Arnold played 84. Like they were down men yesterday.
Absolutely.
And those guys had to carry the mail. And they did. Spenmo, what was your takeaway?
The offense is back. Like, this is what Ben Johnson has been talking about, and Dan Campbell saying, like, offense 401 this year. It's a graduate level class. We saw them go back to their roots really in the beginning of running the ball, hitting the play action, hitting Jameson Williams on a deep crossing route over the middle for a big touchdown, which I called, which was in the parlay, just saying. Nice. And
you can rewind the tape.
And then you see the little trickery. Obviously, the Goff, reverse pitch and then throwback, the Philly they ran in there, that was awesome. But Jared Goff wasn't forcing the ball into his receivers, which you love to see. He was taking what the the defense gave him. He was hitting the open guy on time, on target. Literally a perfect game for Jared Goff, and the offense just looked masterful. This is what I expected it to look like this year, and we finally got a game out of it where everything was clicking at once.
You know what? A couple things is his best plays. I said to Kenny at halftime when he was 12 for 12 is taking the sack, not throwing the ball away. In the past, we've seen him try to force it in, and earlier this season, I thought in the first 3 games he was a little bit. He wasn't as taking care of the ball as he should have, and he was a little bit. He got back to that because even the sack. There was the two things on that. And does anybody else see that slowly but surely? I think him and Tim Patrick are developing something along the lines. It's a little different because it seems to be a little deeper routes than what Josh Reynolds is, but with that size receiver. But there's a comfortability. Like I'm going to say it right now. Like Tim Patrick's going to play a big part in this offense, probably in the second half of the season. Because there's something there, and that's the one thing I wanted to ask you guys. Did you see there's something adding him up there that he brings to that offense? No,
it is, and it was good to see him out there getting the mix and things like that. And look, that's the role he's going to have. I think we're on where we're on with the wide receiver group. That was a good microcosm of what they're going to be.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra's the control guy. Jamo bust. He's going to bust. He's the home run hitter. And then you got a bunch of I guess you could say Gio Urshela's around. They're rock solid, right? Rock solid.
Tim
you told
Patrick
me that.
Bay plays last night.
No, I'm kidding.
You could do worse.
You could do worse.
I'm almost going to throw a flag, Kenny. I got the flag in my hand.
Yeah, you're right. Get ready to penalize him, man.
He almost deserved a flag on that one. But
well, you told me he's solid.
I'm going to warn. Hey,
you could have had
not
worse.
that type of game today.
It is not that. You're not going to chase a bad call with a bad call.
I'm not chasing a bad call. I'm just going to keep you warm.
I like it. Woodward Sports Chat thread, jump into there. Nicholas Duncan, Monty smoked Witherspoon. I think Spenny kind of described it best. He put him in the ground like Jimmy Hoffa.
He really did.
For real.
He really did. Like I said, it was amazing. I love David Montgomery.
Yeah.
Spenny's just going to leave that on a loop for the whole segment.
Oh, yeah.
no doubt.
To that point, how many times do you think in watching film today that thing's on loop for for 2 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes because think of the room, right? When that comes up, the room will just explode. And then they'll put it on loop, put it on loop. Like these, I just think back. These are the film days where you want to go in, even though you're probably going to get, yelled at for a few things, it doesn't matter because it's the vibe of the whole.
Yep.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Key Ozzy says, you know what bothers me is that people always talk about how injured like the Seahawks are, and they never mention the fact, the Lions were dealing with a lot of injuries as well. And Key, look, we talked about that yesterday when we were at Feldman Chevrolet. Shout out Feldman Chevrolet.
Shout out.
We talked about that yesterday, and I'll continue to talk about it. I've released my statement on that. Everybody's hurt in this league. I don't care. And I'm not saying I don't care that they're hurt. I'm saying
It's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse, dude. Everybody in this league's dealing with it, man. That's the way the league is built on attrition. How can you survive attrition? And how do you survive it? Alex Anzalone plays 90 snaps coming back from injury, as a matter of fact. That's
Impressive.
Guys, I'll say it like this. A good friend of mine told me one time, the only way is through.
Yep.
I can't remember who that friend was, but I'm sure he was a pretty good guy. But that's it, though, D-Mac. That's all I'm on. That's all I'm on. The only way is through. That and gang shit. That's all I'm on.
See, we talked about this last night. The context is there. It's just the delivery. That's all. We get there.
I think the delivery has got to be dry like that because it adds to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
I can't
Well,
do
it's like
the
when you're
song.
mixing your
This
delivery
was
and
better
your
than
tone.
last night. This was better than your Bees in the Trap drop last night. So I give you about an 8.5 on that, okay?
I thought the Bees in the Trap one was elite.
Nah, that
Man,
wasn't your
that's
best
bullshit.
work. That wasn't your best work, man.
All right, whatever. Whatever. All right, tell about Lady Jane's, D-Mac.
Hey, wins and losses, Neil. You win the big game. It
That's
doesn't
right.
matter.
Yeah,
I make the
Lost
play when
series.
it's needed to be made.
Yeah, you know what? The ref, he didn't see it right. Pick up that flag. Anyways, Lady Jane's Haircut for Men. Walking any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. $20 haircut special, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, hot towel treatment from one of the talented stylists. You can go actually in and get a special offer, $20 haircut right now. I'm supposed to point to the QR code, but there's not one there.
It's in the
you
corner.
Go into
It's
the
in
front
the-
desk of
It's in
anywhere.
the top corner.
Oh, top left corner. There it
they
is.
moved it around.
See, it was fooling me too because it was hiding. I thought that was a blow dryer. Sorry, there it is. That one way up there.
Drop the Canadian
Up that
Suri
one.
on him.
Right.
That's it. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, regardless. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Walk-ins are always welcome. Why? It's wicked awesome.
The official tequila of Woodward Sports Lions watch parties and post-game show. Join the 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports every Lions game live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township and celebrate the wins with Smooth 1800 Tequila, a proud sponsor of the Detroit Lions. 1800 Tequila, the best tasting tequila, and please drink responsibly.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Neil Rule here for Feldman Automotive. That's right, there's 18 Feldman Automotive locations in and around the Metro Detroit area. We know about Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. They are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. I got my new Feldman Chevrolet yesterday, as a matter of fact. I was hyped, but KG, don't start.
Snowflake. Continue.
Shout out, got the Equinox EV, stand on business. I love it, by the way. It's awesome. So there's that. But no, Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Go see them. They're the tops in the game. But guess what? You want a Ford, a Kia? You want regular gas engine, EV, hybrid, whatever you want. FeldmanAuto.com's the play. You can start the buying process online and then go pick up your car, guys. It is just that simple. They did my whole thing while I was doing the show yesterday.
Yep.
Got the keys at the end of the show.
That's awesome.
Walked in to do the show. They started the process. Show was over. Got my keys. We were done. Like that. Okay, everybody, we're in there, though. No, but Feldman Automotive, a staple of the Detroit community, does great work in the community with Children's Miracle Network Hospital as well. FeldmanAuto.com. All right. Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network on a victory Tuesday. Neil Rule, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, KG in the house, Spencer Raxter, Nick L. Neil is electric. Literally and figuratively.
Shout out to that tax break.
Shout out to that tax break. Yeah, no doubt about that as well. But yeah. We're doing it here. Jared Goff was perfect. And
Wait, what?
Right on time.
From Lions post-game watch party fame out at Hayes Social, one of the proprietors of Hayes Social, Stick joins us. Stick, I don't know if you know this or not. Jared Goff pitched a perfect game yesterday. 18 of 18, 292, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown. Lions had 2 perfect quarterbacks. Goff was a perfect receiver. He was, with all apologies to Kurt Hennig, he was absolutely perfect.
I cried last night.
You did.
He did.
I'm a grown man, and I cried because the beauty of what we're witnessing with probably the most electric athlete to ever grace this planet. Not only is he going to lead your team in passing, be perfect, make the right decisions, but he's going to show you electric footwork on route running, hip movement, placement, cutbacks, dodging. I mean, his Madden rating had to go up to 99.
It has to.
Has to.
He
and
high
if
points
it doesn't,
the football.
It's a travesty.
And then when he's receiving, he high points the football. He gets separation without getting flagged. Like he's a polished route runner.
Well, and you know, they tried to bracket him on that.
They
but
did.
You can't.
You can't pass him off.
You cannot bracket an elite talent like this. And, you know, DK Metcalf, after the game, he said, I look up and I watch film on receiving from Jared Goff, and I'm learning a lot.
That is true. I heard him say that.
It was a powerful moment. And, no, it's just been a great time to be a Lions fan, a great time to be a Jared Goff fan. And, you know, Neil, I walked in today. I asked you gentlemen how you were feeling. Everybody gave their response. Mine, I'm feeling perfect.
Absolutely perfect.
Jared effing Goff.
D-Mac, you ever pitch a perfect game?
No, never tried. Never wanted to.
You know what I love?
That's for the elites.
I love
That's
Dan
for
Campbell
the elites.
not
And you know
giving
what?
him the game ball.
Newsflash, water's wet, right?
Yep.
You know, to cats. He says Goff's nothing without a running game or whatever. Oh my God, team win, stuff like this. It's never just about Jared Goff. Stick never makes it just about Jared Goff, but he's one of the ladle that stirs the drink. And yes, God bless it that everybody around him makes him as good as he is. We've seen what happens when we don't play with it as a team, but like.
You know what he disproved last night? All the idiots that only give him credit because he's on a good team. He's got a good coach. My argument is, hasn't there been other good teams in the entire history of the NFL? Did any of those quarterbacks do what Jared Goff did? No. So clearly Jared Goff is special because there's been other good teams, there's been other good coordinators, there's been other good running games, but there's never been another quarterback to do what he did. Never. Not once in the history of mankind did anybody step on a football field in the NFL and do what Jared Goff did. But there have been other good teams. I'll admit that. There's been other great coaches, but there's never been another Jared Goff performance.
Stick, you can go back to when the forefathers came here. You can go back to ancient times.
Yeah.
The golf.
You can go back to when the Persians and the Roman Empire fell. You can go back to the time before the wheel.
The Trojan Goff.
And the world has never seen what we saw last night.
No, you got to witness history last night. That's how lucky you are. You get to witness Jared. You are living in the time of Jared Goff. Do you understand this?
The time of Jared Goff.
Like, you could have been born in any other time in human history. You get to live when Jared Goff is quarterback for the Detroit Lions. How special and lucky are you?
Wow, eras. The time of Goff.
Damn.
It's here.
That's prophetic.
Is it BC and AC?
Right. Listen,
it's BG.
How prophetic is it going to be when he's holding up that Lombardi trophy and Stick's just saying, it's been written on the wall since he's been picked a 1-1, right? So it's sort of like there's pedigree in there. And he did it at a young age back, and he's not the same quarterback he was when he went to the Super Bowl with the Rams. He's older, he's wiser, more mature.
And perfect.
Look at the team that they built around him, because that's
You know,
smartest.
you know who was a part of drafting him number one? You guys know?
I'm familiar.
His name's Brad Holmes.
Here's the culture.
We like him. He's a Brad Holmes
thing.
guy.
Right? When Brad Holmes came and got the opportunity, what did he bring with? Right?
Yep.
Didn't bring his coach, because his coach was chosen. That was put together in an arranged marriage.
Yeah, no, he
But
was
what
in a
did he
Speedo
do?
in
He brought his
Cancun.
quarterback. So, like if you don't think that the lineage of the belief in him, and this has started a long time ago, and like that's all it is. And yes, everybody's right. We all need great players around us to make us better, right? That's the whole thing, to optimize your greatness, and
Right.
that's what we're seeing. He's able to be great because of all the greatness playing around him and playing together.
But he's able to be
All
greater
you
than
gotta
any other
watch-
great person that's ever been great.
All
He's
you
the
gotta
greatest of the
watch-
greats.
He is.
All you have to watch, Neil, this is it. Watch these guys celebrate each other. How many times do I hear, look at the receivers blocking for their brother? You can't teach that, and it's not fake, and they want this as much for each other.
Woodward Sports chat thread has some thoughts, as you might imagine. 14 Grit, Stick's body language is too furnace-like. Let it go, Stick. You will feel better.
Let what go? Perfection?
It's tough to let perfection go.
It's tough for these guys because they're not used to seeing it.
K.19, we need a perfect golf T-shirt, please, right now in the Woodward
All right.
store.
No, we'll get one up today.
No, he's serious, people.
Mike G, Goff invented the electric light bulb. Goff invented the Model T. Rome would have been built in a day if Jared Goff would have been the one building it.
Yeah.
Facts.
Listen, Jared Goff was sent here to provide us with greatness. And we go to the church of Jared Goff every Sunday at Ford Field. And he delivered a perfect sermon this
Sometimes
past game
Mondays.
day. Perfect. Perfect, Neil. Perfect.
He was so good on Monday. He did a Monday service to a Sunday. He gets the week off next week.
Yeah,
That's how great he was.
You know what it does? It gives me an extra 7 days to shove it right up these Goff haters. Like, because they can't say a thing for 14 days, D-Mac. They got to shut up. And you know what? I'm so glad he didn't throw one incompletion, because they would have been all over that one incompletion. Well, I mean, he did miss that guy that one time. And it's, no. Just anybody that doesn't understand by now, if you witnessed that yesterday and you sat there as a Lions fan and you weren't reborn, you weren't baptized to the religion of Jared Goff, what you need to do is repent for your sins, get on your knees, and beg for forgiveness.
Damn.
Easy. Beg.
He did yesterday. I don't know. He was chanting his name.
He was.
He began to repent before the game. He knew there were signs around us.
He saw the omens.
He saw the omen.
We don't believe it's true. The church, I got word from the church. They don't think, the Church of Goff doesn't think that it was genuine. We need more of it over the next few weeks.
Exactly. You can't just
Don't show-
repent
just
once.
don't-
You
Just
got
don't
to
tell me,
practice the
show
faith.
me.
And in the chat, too, Woodward Sports chat thread, and he ended his press conference with "Go Tigers." He did.
Of course he did. But look at the bookend, Neil, of what's going on with the Detroit sports. How did Dan Campbell show up to the game?
In a Detroit City FC T-shirt, by the way.
How did Jared Goff end the press conference?
Go Tigers.
Love this. Love the synergy. Love what this culture is becoming again. D-Mac, you were a part of it when y'all were supporting each other.
Oh, 100%.
Everybody was going everywhere. And it's so fun. It's so fun.
It is.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Larry Roberts. Stephen A. put the Lions fourth in his top 5 NFL teams. Neil, where do you rank us? I don't do top 5 power rankings that go week to week. I know who's going to be in the mix at the end.
We do top 5.
We just do a top 5.
Snack foods on a road trip.
That's right. Yeah, that's tomorrow for
Tomorrow.
DMAC. DMAC wanted that one bad. Top 5 road trip snack foods tomorrow.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm not even going to be here, but
we have one after that too, and I forgot what it was.
Uh,
Spenny will remember later on, I'm sure.
I forget what it was too.
Hey,
it was good though.
Mike G in the chat. Golf turned Flint water into wine.
Easy. Easy. Anything else, Dick? What was the vibe in the post game show other than tens of thousands of people watching?
Yeah, just that. I mean, it's 1 a.m. and you still got 1,500 people just dialed in, being a part of the party. We popped a bottle of champagne. We had retired.
Well, you had to celebrate.
Well, we retired regular season champagne, right? Because that's child's play now, right? Even making the playoff champagne, we're on the fringe about because we should be making the playoffs. But last night was something that no human eyes had ever seen before. No football fan had ever been able to process that mentally. Like, I don't even think, Flannel Sam can even understand the numbers behind what he witnessed, because he's an analytics guy.
Right.
Hold on.
What does he do when Jared Goff's perfect?
No. When Goff did something that Mahomes has never done.
Yeah.
Not Mahomes, not Brady.
No, that's why
None of them.
Flannel can't process
He can't process it.
Yeah.
I guess I'll leave it with this, Dick, because we got to hit the break.
Yeah, and thank you guys for letting me come in here. And
it's your day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will say this. When you make the great look average, what does that make you?
Jared Goff.
I leave you with that. Thank you, Stick. Thank you, Stick. Tell them about Premier Pet Supply, the Jared Goff of pet food suppliers.
The Jared Goff of pet foods, right? Because they're perfect. It's the perfect option. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences the online and big box retailers. With one major difference, they are family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com. And let me tell you about Sabbath Coffee. Fuel your fandom with the perfect cup of coffee and become a subscriber of the Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you are gearing up for a big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com, choose your favorite roast, use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awaken, unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Merch, the very best in all of Detroit sports wearables. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Still want to boot him, kids? You can get that shirt, Stoked Not Scared, although a lot of you were acting real skirt last night. So maybe you're not ready for that t-shirt. Tom Mazaway's one of them.
Yeah.
Can somebody ask him about that today?
I thought he was talking about us killing the Seahawks with the run game. I don't know.
No, it was when things were slipping away.
Yeah. I don't know when that was because they never really slipped away.
Well, shop.woodwardsports.com. If you're qualified to get the Stoke Not Scared shirt, you can be. All right? But if you're sitting there thinking this is slipping away, you're not ready for that shirt.
No, you're not.
Baseball, football, basketball, hockey. Everything's represented. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, everybody, it's a Victory Tuesday. It's a playoff baseball Tuesday. The Tigers' postseason roster is out. Kiter Montero, not on the list.
Wow.
Kenta Maeda, not on the roster. No real surprises otherwise. Bo Brisky, Foley, Gunther, Hannafy, Holton, Herter, Job, Madden. Yep.
Sounds like we're going to have a couple bullpen days.
Olsen, Skubal, AJ Hinch said that yesterday.
Did you see what he said? He goes, Skubal's starting game one, and we're going to mishmash the rest. It's worked for us. That's one of our strengths is you not knowing.
I'm here for it for sure.
I mean, we're all here for it.
Dante 151 in the Woodward Sports Chat, Super Chat. He said, breaking news. Jackson Jobe did make the Tigers cut for the playoffs. LFG. I'm ready for every Detroit sports team to succeed.
We all are. Cody Stavenhagen, who covers the Tigers for The Athletic, he put that tweet out. That's the one I was referencing. He wrapped it up by saying, Ryan Kreidler and Liam Hicks are here on the taxi squad. But the most important part of the tweet, I do not believe Akil Baddoo is in Houston. So he cannot.
Damn.
What?
None. Just
don't hit
acknowledging your comment.
Don't hit 130.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So we're good. I like it. We're ready to roll, man. Hey, this is what they are. We're going to get into it in the second hour. Remember, 2:30 game. It's on ABC today. So the network TV, they take center stage. But yeah, excited for it. Nick Lucido, the disrespect of the 2:30 start time, though. Nick, that's the ABC network game. That's the most desirable game, Nick. I know you're a New York guy. You just assume that the Yankees, if the Yankees are involved, then you got to drop down on your knees and thank God.
Right.
That's not the way it works. They wanted this, my friend. All right, just kind of some final takeaways from the win last night. I do want to talk about the defense a little bit. Chuck Brewer brings up the point I wanted to make. 3-1 versus playoff teams. Our one loss is to a team we beat twice in the last 12 months, too. We're on the path where we want to be. And Chuck, that's it. Like, for everyone tripping and sweating about the Vikings and where they're at and stuff like that, and Dan Campbell said it in the postgame. He said it in the postgame. It doesn't matter what another team is doing, where they are, how it's going, because it doesn't matter. D-Mac, I'm sure you guys were the kings of it. Can you shed some light on that for the people? You do not care what's going on around you.
You got to take care of your business, and you have a mandate of your culture or whatever. Ours was don't lose back-to-back, and you broke it down to 5-game segments, right? And you looked at them in 5-game segments and win 3 out of the 5 games. And then if you just take care of business to what you have ahead, and whether it's a week or 2 weeks, depending on a road trip or a home stand or whatever like that, that's how it's broken down. And you take care of it. Now, as you get down to the end of the season, you look around, see where you're at, but it's not, for the Lions, that's, week 14, 15. But, they know where they want to be. They wanted to be 3-1 at the bye. However they got there, it didn't matter. But, you could tell by Dan Campbell's, and the way that they've built, because they didn't play well early and they were able to win games. We're figuring some things out yesterday, obviously, with the offense being what we thought they would be. They're right where they want to be. You mentioned it yesterday about the Vikings, who they've had to play, what they've had to do. Now they have a bit of a test. So I think that's the maturity of the coach, and what he's preaching is just like game at hand. And so that's what your game plan will be, is what's right in front of you. Don't look at 2 or 3 games ahead of you, right? But you're looking at this is the one of the 5 games that you're playing. Take care of business as you go along.
No, absolutely. And, for me, that's kind of the mindset I've even taken. Like, do you honest to God think that they're not going to run down the Vikings? They still, they play them twice. Like, and people keep hitting me up on that. You're scared about the Vikings? No. You're worried about the Vikings? No, I'm not.
I'm not scared. The Vikings seem to be better than what I thought they would be. That's all.
And that's fair.
But that's fair. It. So, every game, Neil, you nailed it. When you understand this is a 1-score league, and they got it, and for whatever reason they try to keep the blowouts at bay, right? That's going to be a 1-score game. But does it have the vibe? What the great teams do is they give you the vibe that it's never out of hand, right? Never out of hand. Same with the Arizona game. As that went, and the offense went to crap in the second half, did not feel like Kyler Murray was going to come back and own us and stuff like that. So that's the feeling of a winning organization.
Stick also said too, and I did want to bring that up. How about JMO honoring Megatron with the goalpost dunk, with the crossbar dunk?
Class act.
And shout out to Jake Bates for paying it off, knocking it down.
Yeah,
like it's a great move. It's a great honor for JMO to do that. But Jake Bates took care of business. They backed him up because of it. He still knocked down.
And I wonder if the conversation is because they missed a 2-pointer. Right, and regardless of that, I'm going to do this, and it's like one of those. If you're on the sideline, bro, if I get this and house this, I'm taking 50. Can you make a 48er? I got you, bro.
Yeah.
That's about having your boys back, or not saying that anything was said, but after J-Mo went up to him and gave him a thanks for having my back, bro. But that's what teammates do. You're going to pick yourself up. I've done it a million times where it's you take a penalty and you're in the penalty box. This is the wrong time, but the boys kill it off. You go back to the bench. You're like, thank you, fellas.
Woodward Sports chat thread. David Witt. Are we still a little concerned with Jake Bates? Well, he's here and he's the kicker.
Yep.
And
so far so good.
It hasn't been like
he missed
smooth,
one extra point.
It hasn't been smooth. He snuck a couple in last night, but he's a kicker and he's here. And it's only an issue when he misses one.
Yep.
And he hasn't missed the field goal yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is what it is, guys. Like, these are the prices you pay. Like, remember, these kickers that everybody, because everyone's going to go the route of the Jared Goff thing, right? I think with Jake Bates, where you want Harrison Butker, you want all these high profile, big name kickers. They cost $5 million.
They do.
Not $800,000. There's a bit of a trade-off that you're going to take in there.
Yeah.
So, that's what it is. He's got the big legs, so far so good. We're a quarter in.
Like you said, cost effective. You still getting the same production for a cheaper price.
So far.
Yeah.
So far. Denver Blair. Tucker missed 2 last year. No, and like, he is going to miss a kick.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Like, it's going to happen.
But he's also going to hit a 60-yarder at some point this
Absolutely.
year.
Right. Like, that's the trade-off.
Like, the Lions are going to get the ball back with 40 seconds left in the half. They're going to get a couple passes down into field goal range, and he's going to bang a 60-yarder. And that's why he's here.
And that's
why he's on this team.
Yep.
Right. And then I'll erupt because, as you guys saw in the watch party, I am all about the clock in the second half possession. All about it, D-Mac. I was a little upset with the handling of that last possession there.
Yeah.
You had your
half.
moment too. You was coming at Mason Leach. You had your moment.
Absolutely, and the same thing they did it at halftime too. Going into the half,
that's my point.
But that's one of those things that even as a coach, they know as a team, okay, that won't happen again.
Right.
I don't expect those malfeasances to happen. It's sort of one and done. And that's what they've proven to do. Just like the mess up a few games ago with the kick at the end of the half and stuff like that. Those are little things. But the fact that they're going to be so self-conscious of it and be aware that that'll be cleaned up, I'm not worried about. You don't have to be the smartest guy in the room.
No. You just have to
don't make the same mistake twice.
You don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. You just have to not be the dumbest.
There you go.
As long as you're smarter than one person, then you're not the dumbest person in the room, right? So there you go.
That's why our show works so well, because I'm always the smartest guy in the room.
And I'm not the dumbest.
On heavyweights.
So,
I don't got to worry about being the dumbest guy in that room as long as Easy's in it.
100%.
Got him.
He got Easy.
Love Easy. Easy was turnt last night. He went down there, was partying with Crackman before the game, and so showed up. I picked him up, and then we parked in my boy's apartment. He was lit when we got there, so it was awesome.
He was on. It's Monday Night Football, man.
It was a lot of fun.
It brings it out of people.
Shout out to Second Best for real. That place is awesome. Great environment. Great, plenty of TVs.
Yep.
The best chicken sandwich in Detroit.
Try to tell you.
And the guy, I don't know who was on the sticks, but he was playing the best music I've heard in Detroit, like deep cuts.
Nice.
Like deep Isaiah Rashad cuts. I was like, dude, what? Like, he was playing some bangers. It was dope. It was a great time.
No, it is. It's a great spot. All right, dude, let's do this. Let's take. You guys want to put some people in the coffin? Get the Rest in Peace Tuesday going?
Why not?
Yeah.
It's Tuesday. It's time to put some people in the coffin, everybody. Where? Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness.
Live at the Planet Fitness Studios. Just got the work in as a matter of fact. And I can do that because there's over 50 Metro Detroit locations. Like, look, there's great taglines on here, squeaky clean facilities, which is all true. All Planet Fitness memberships include fitness training for no extra cost. All that stuff is true. But the bottom line is this. You have friends right now that are probably paying $80, $90, $100 a month for a gym. They're doing that. And the Gold Card at Planet Fitness is literally all you need, and it's literally $24.99 a month. That's it. That's all. Seems pretty simple to me, doesn't it? And it doesn't matter what you do. Cardio, tons of treadmills, tons of steppers, ellipticals, all of it. Weights, Benny, what are we on today?
We are on chest today.
Chest. You can clang the weights around at Planet Fitness. Stretch stations, 30-minute circuits.
Or shoulders, not chest.
They got it all. Doesn't matter. They got it all.
deals.
Guys, it's one of the best deals out there in American consumerism. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Go to planetfitness.com or pull in the parking lot and join there. It is Planet Fitness, everybody, where your fitness is essential. Right, D-Mac?
Absolutely. Your fitness is essential.
Tell us about Second Best.
Second Best. Benny was just talking it up, everybody. I love going to Second Best.
Great spot.
I love that we do the pregame show from there.
A lot of fun.
I love that we're at 42 Watson Street, just a couple blocks away from the LCA. This is going to be my spot. Wings, Pistons, makes no difference.
The cheese curds. I had some of the cheese curds yesterday, too. Boys
Benny
are
was
chronic.
on one, everybody.
Boys are chronic.
It's the best pregame party in Detroit. It's Detroit's very own Second Best bar. You can enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey. You can catch the Woodward Sports pregame show only at Second Best Bar. Come get some.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
How would you like $10 of free products from Dispo Dispensary? Screenshot this image with the QR code and bring it to any Dispo location. You'll get a free $10 to spend in-store with a minimum purchase of $25. Visit Dispo Dispensary today or disposhops.com. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
All right, we're back at it. Hour number 2, Victory Tuesday, by the way. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Big D Energy.
Tuesday, isn't it?
We got KG in the building. That was the smooth mellow tones of Spencer Raxter on the ones
It's a good
and
day
twos.
today, man.
It is a good day, man. You got some money in your pocket.
Yep, feeling good.
Feeling good about life right now. Good for you, Spenmo Rax. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in there, get your thoughts out there. We read them here. That's how we operate. You guys power the show as much as anybody. Triple Nickel, rest in peace, any Detroit Lions opponent. Sawston, rest in peace, Goff isn't elite. How about Goff isn't perfect? He was perfect.
He was perfect. We saw it.
Absolutely perfect.
Can't do it better than that.
Nope. Can you believe that, Spenny?
That was insane.
Think about how far you've come.
Oh, I know. And I took the bumps in the road. You know, when he had a bad game, I said it to myself last year that I wouldn't let that one or two bad games that every quarterback in the NFL has make me freak out. Like we saw it last year against Green Bay and Chicago. I freaked out a little bit last year. This year I told myself I'm not going to do it. I didn't do it when he had a rough game.
And they're 3-1, and here you are, and he was absolutely perfect.
And he was perfect.
Just have some faith.
Hey, did you hear 14 Grits said AJ Hinch at his press conference quoted, like Jared Goff said, go Tigers.
Yeah.
So everybody's in. Like, we all pay attention to it. It's so true. Like Stick said before, yes, this is the best time when everybody's engulfed in everybody else's success.
The lineup is out, D-Mac.
Yes, it
for
is.
the game today.
Here we go.
I have it.
Do you have it handy?
I do, right here.
All right.
Lee, you want the Tigers, or do you want to know where we're facing?
Let's get the Tigers. Yeah.
Tigers leading off, playing third base, Matt Vierling. DHing, Justin Henry Malloy. Batting third. Left fielder, Riley Green. Shout out to Jim Price.
Yep. Rest in peace.
Fourth, second base, Andy Ibanez. So no Cole Keith.
Here we go, KG.
Base.
Here we go.
Right field, Wenzel
man.
Perez. First base, batting sixth, Spencer Torkelson. Seventh, Parker Meadows in center field. Eighth, Jake Rogers. Catching and batting ninth, your shortstop, Trey Sweeney. No Cole Keith or Kerry Carpenter in the lineup, as you said, Neil, against Framer Valdez, who's 15-7 with a 2.91 ERA. Sick lefty. This is going to be
had a no-hitter this year. Took another no-hitter into the ninth inning.
Should be. This should set up to be the 2-1 pitching dynasty or whatever. I don't mind it because this team's all. This team has to get to the get into at the Astros bullpen.
Yes.
Find a way.
Get him out the game.
Whether it's plate discipline, make him throw pitches, whatever like that, because we need in some form of another righty out of the pen so we can get Carpenter off the bench.
Just you look at that lineup.
AJ Hinch.
We got in.
Yeah.
We got in.
AJ Hinch is pulling the strings, man. This is why, we
whereas,
rocking and rolling.
When I look at the Astros lineup against Tarek Skubal, you got Altuve leading off, then Yordan Alvarez, Kyle Tucker third, Alex Bregman, Yanier Diaz.
That's tough.
Then you got Jeremy Pena, Victor Carantini, Mauricio Dubon, and Jake Myers. Dude, I ain't letting 5 through 9 beat me.
You can't.
They can't touch the ball.
Yeah. Because your top 4 is their best hitter, so
The top 4 are, but again, we know sort of what it's like because we've had to manipulate through different lineups to get to where we're at. But I'm just trying to make the point that the lineup that they throw against us isn't as monstrous as maybe what you might think. There are dangers and there are specific points that you got to be careful of. But other than that, we definitely win this game. It'd be a big win against their ace.
Yeah.
Cody in the chat. I was at the game last night. Most electric game I've ever been to. Go Lions, baby. No, it was. It was absolutely incredible. Mike G, rest in peace, Iron Sheik. That's a standing order here. Miss the Sheik every day.
Yep.
One of the best Twitter accounts, X accounts, whatever you call it.
He used to wow out.
Of all time.
You do the job for Sheiky, baby.
Yeah.
You do the job for Sheiky?
Oh, yeah. That punk Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
He ain't lying.
Yeah. He's not the real one.
Jabroni.
Sheiky, the real one. All right, you guys ready to put some people in the coffin?
Why not?
All right, let's do it, everybody.
Can I go first?
Yeah. Yes. All right, it's time. Rest in peace Tuesday. Who are you putting in the coffin?
Rest in peace to Devon Witherspoon, because you were literally buried last night. I think you're going to have a good career. I think you're a good player. I'm not rest in peacing your career. I am literally physically rest in peacing you because you were put into the earth last night by David Montgomery. That is probably my single favorite play I've ever seen in the NFL.
Hey, DJ, can you play it again?
Yeah, then we can run it back because this was just absolute butchery by David Montgomery on Devon Witherspoon. Let me
we have footage of the funeral, as a matter of fact.
We have footage of the incident. And right there. You just love to see it. The guy just absolutely flattens him. Oh, boom.
Gave him his last
Goodbye.
rites.
Look at it. He's trying to hold on. He's trying to hold his hand to make it easier.
And Montgomery had to let him go.
No, I think Devon Witherspoon's going to be a great player. I think he's going to have a great career. But you're literally in the ground right now, so I'm putting you in the coffin.
There it is.
Sheesh.
Art Vandelay, rest in peace. Goff as a game manager turn. No, that one's out there. Rock solid, Spenny.
Thank you.
And literally footage of the funeral.
Yeah, we saw it.
Of him being placed down into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Bid you well, Devon Witherspoon. You were nearly a lion.
We hardly knew you.
Yep. You were nearly a lion.
It's true.
Would have worked out a lot better for you if you were, I guess.
Would have been on the other end of that.
You'd still be with us
Right.
today.
You'll be a lot cooler if you was.
All right, KG, who you putting in the coffin?
All right, I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet, but if it applies, let it fly. RIP to Rob Manfred and all the old geriatrics in charge of the MLB Hall of Fame. And you know, we really thought about it with the Pete Rose thing, RIP Pete Rose, but when you look in the era that we're in, where literally every sports league is in bed with the sports books, the fact for what Pete Rose did, the fact that y'all kept him out of the Hall of Fame is trifling, to be honest.
Yeah, it really is.
And, you know, I don't know whether it was early this year or sometime last year, but the man was essentially on his deathbed. And he wrote Rob Manfred a letter pleading, literally pleading, to let him in the Hall of Fame before he passed away. Of course, Rob Manfred didn't do that. He passes away, still not in the Hall of Fame. And we know why they won't do that, because essentially, if you put Pete Rose in, you got to spin the block on the steroid era and flat out. So they not ready to do that, and it's just a damn shame that they continue to hurt their game by not honoring some of your great players. Man. So
That's a good one, KG.
The Major League Baseball Hall of Fame is a great example for anybody who might believe, as I do, and maybe I'm speaking from personal beliefs, that history, the way it's played out in the past, right, isn't 100%, right? Because how do you not, like, living through whatever, I don't care where it's like not included, but this happened.
Right.
You got it, like, how, so if it's 100 years from now or 200 years from now, if baseball's still a game or whatever it is, but people are looking back to the history like we would look back to the 1800s or something like this, and you don't tell me about the steroid era, you don't tell me about Pete Rose and stuff like this, and it's just lost in history.
Right.
They make me wonder, what else am I missing out on? And I think that, you know, not to get into anything, but that's a great one as far as like the biggest joke.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The biggest joke.
And it's all because people are holding a grudge. Like, it's ridiculous.
And I know this, and I don't think I have put this person in the coffin until now. And if I have, then I'm just putting them 12 feet deep instead of 6 feet deep.
That's fair.
But my new Russell Wilson is named Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. It's you're wondering, here's the thing, look at whatever else, but you're looking who he played under, and then you wonder if it's the coach or the quarterback. I don't think it's the coach. And Doug Peterson, or I don't think where he's come with back and, you know, the different coaches he's played for. To me, dude, he's getting, I don't know if what's worse, Neil, me putting him in the coffin or giving him the Russell Wilson tag.
That's tough. I think it's worse getting the Russ Wilson.
So if I don't know if he's been buried, whatever like this, but and that's the Buster tag. So I got to see a whole bunch more, and I haven't seen it. But to me, Trevor Lawrence, take you and that sexy blonde hair, you're buried.
That's fair.
This one's good. Feels good to do. I'm not gonna lie. I really have been looking forward to this rest in peace, because we can officially do it. I can call it. I couldn't do it last week because people were just reaching so bad. But I think after the events of Sunday, rest in peace, Aaron Rodgers being a good player. It's over for you. You're just a regular-ass quarterback
Tell
now.
him, Aaron.
You're no different than anybody else. You're just a middle-of-the-road, run-of-the-mill quarterback is done being good.
Aaron, is he even that? I don't even think he's that.
At a maximum, that's what he is. You lost to the Broncos. You're already starting to blame the coach for stuff. Aaron Rodgers, you are in the casket. Rest in peace in terms of being a good football player, because it's over. OVA. Yep. It is over. It is over. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Despite the fact you have people at this network, like the Sam Flannels of the world, that want to tell you, the Tom Mazoways, who thought it was slipping away from the Lions last night. Ironically enough, the same guy that says Aaron Rodgers is good. No, he's not. He's washed. He's cooked. He's baked. He's been ran through.
Faded. He ain't washed. He faded.
He's 100%. He's all of those things. It's over, and I love it. I love it.
Can I do an extra one?
Sure.
Because this is what I wanted to do. I had it ready to go before Monty made his statement. R.I.P. to Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni, you annoying crybaby douchebag. You are one of the worst coaches in the NFL. You have consistently had one of the best rosters in the NFL and have done nothing with it. You are terrible at your job. You are not a good coach. You should not be a coach in the NFL. You shouldn't even be an assistant in the NFL because now you actually have good assistants. And guess what? You still suck at your job. R.I.P. Nick Sirianni. I hate Nick Sirianni.
Spenny, you and I are on the same page. Yesterday at Feldman, I put him on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he shouldn't have been just where there's some sort of dysfunction there. And again, what did I just say? I just diagnosed Jacksonville as it the quarterback or the coach. Quarterback. In Philly, is it the quarterback or the coach? It's the coach. Mm-hmm. So I'm with you, Spenny.
Yeah, it's so funny that, people make fun of the Dan Campbell introductory press conference. He's caught a lot of flack for the eating kneecaps. If you go back and watch Nick Sirianni's introductory press conference, you can kind of tell that this is what they was going to get.
Oh, grand opening, grand closing.
Yeah.
100%.
He's such a douchebag.
It is. I love that they got cooked by the Bucs again, and I love that it's fired because they have to fire him.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They have to. Look at the roster. They have to fire him. They don't have a choice.
They've had one of the top 3 rosters in the NFL the past 4 years.
Byrne brings up a good point in relation to yours, KG. Shout out WWE for letting Pete Rose into their Hall of Fame and honoring him as a baseball player.
Yeah.
Big facts.
That was pretty savvy, by the way.
Yeah. He was a big part of that WrestleMania.
Here's what I don't understand about the whole Pete Rose thing. You put him in the Hall of Fame, say, here is Pete Rose. Won a World Series, had, by the way, the most hits ever of anybody that's ever played this game. No one ever has as many hits as this guy. Later in his career as a manager, he was suspended for gambling on baseball. What's hard about that?
Right.
For real.
And it's been so many years. Are you really just going to fade out this part of your game? This is a part of your history, good, bad, or indifferent. It's
and
like
he's
fading
betting on himself.
It's like fading slavery out of textbooks. It's like this is a part of your history.
Yeah,
acknowledge it.
Yeah, people would never do that. KG.
Yeah, I know, right?
No,
but yeah, it's tired, man. It's tired, and the league is supposed to have changed at this point, and you wish that they would just come on, man. You already changed the rules of the game. Why not just put Pete Rose in, acknowledge the steroid era, and let's move the fuck on.
And it makes him even cooler. And he was betting, I'm gonna get 3 hits today. And then he'd go out there and get 3 hits.
Right.
That's fucking awesome.
Fucking fly, bro.
What?
Well, he had standards. He wasn't going to bet against his team.
Yeah.
He only bet on his team. If anything, everyone should be betting on their team.
Yeah.
Don't just talk about it, be about it.
Exactly.
Woodward Sports chat thread. And this is real. Taylor Shantz. Just please don't let Ben Johnson go to Philly.
I'm not worried about that. We're winning the Super Bowl.
There you go.
The best thing that organization probably did.
No.
We'll worry about that later.
Philly doesn't deserve Ben Johnson. That
championship
trash
first.
city.
Worst city. I had to change planes there on Sunday, and I hated it. And guess what? I got to do it again this Sunday when I go down to Florida again. I hate like, how when you pop through the clouds and you can see the city?
Yeah.
I'm like, look at this trash-ass city. Absolutely. I can see the rats from up here at 30,000 feet because there's an army of them.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk,
all of it. If they didn't sign the Declaration of Independence and all that stuff, if they didn't do all that there, it would just be
Roseville,
a ghetto.
Right.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah,
and who knows if they
Roseville.
actually did it there? We don't know.
Yeah.
They're
making that up to save it.
It would be East Point if they didn't.
It would be East
They didn't sign
And
that
I grew up
declaration.
in Roseville,
Yeah.
so I intimately know. Yeah, you can trash that city.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Philadelphia is awful.
Shout out Warren. We're all about throwing dubs up around here.
Well,
Fuck
hey,
Roseville.
There's not an army of rats in Roseville or Warren.
It's not. That's fact.
There is in Philly. I saw them with my own eyes.
There's an army of feral cats in East Lansing.
But they're not rats.
They're not rats. They take care of the rats, but there's like a pack, like 6 of them that walk
Well,
down my street, Gunson.
They need them in Philly.
Yeah.
Drop them all in Philly to clean up that trash-ass city.
Tell us about Swisty, Mick.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely will.
You'll need good insurance if you live in Philly.
Island of Cats. That sounds really cool.
Oh my
But
god.
if you're looking for insurance for whatever it is, now more than ever, it is critical to have your insurance ever reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. How do you go about it? You call my buddy Mark today. Swiss Insurance, 313-520-1698, or go to SwissINS.com.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today.
Wow. Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. Same great service that customers have come to know and trust. And Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford and Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule and D-Mac and Spencer Raxter and KG.
Hello.
And all of you and all of Roseville's finest, apparently, in the chat as well. Strong Larry 73, chill on Roseville, Spenny. I coach for the Panthers. Strong Larry, I went to junior high in Roseville. I grew up in Roseville.
Screw Roseville. It's all about the dub. It's all about the dub, baby.
I had the
technically center line, but we're part of the dub.
I had the junior high basketball record for a long time. I made 5 3-pointers in a game.
Okay.
In junior high.
Look at you. Got your name on the wall?
Well, it got replaced since then, but
damn.
you know.
Yep.
Steph Curry era.
But hey, man, I made Roseville great.
You did. Good job, man.
But yeah. D-Mac, why is Roseville catching so much slander?
I don't know. Why you guys hating on Roseville? You hating on Roseville?
10 Mile 994. That's where I grew up.
City.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Roseville. It's, you know,
I had
it's no center line, but
East Point was across 10 Mile and St. Clair
Roseville's
Shores.
Grasher, right?
What's that?
JB Smooth says South Warren stand up.
No,
South
don't be dogging
Warren.
that. I think
It's all about the South Dub.
I mean, in Roseville's
over
defense,
there?
Warren's mayor is a racist prick. But
Both
besides
sides
that,
over there,
you know,
This is true.
besides that, I've had some fun in Warren.
The Necro Mayor.
had a couple good nights in Roseville. Leave it alone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Facts. It's facts.
Not a
Facts.
All right, let me gather myself.
Right.
I'm a professional. I do this for a living, but I'm not above being staggered. I was staggered right there by that.
That's a good one. I believe he has.
Yeah. There's probably a lot of cities where he did that.
Now,
No,
if
I
Spenny-
can't tell those stories.
Yeah.
So there you go.
A lot of
Keep
stories.
it moving.
Well, if Spenny said that, I would say, okay, yeah, I understand that. The math checks out.
Yeah.
But okay, hey, D-Mac, live your best life, bro.
Yeah, man. 4 cups to do that.
Oh, I've had a time or two in Roseville.
I don't need to be told that.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Real quick, change subject. Oh, Lions defense. People wanted to talk about it. Terry and Arnold, by the way. He
What about him?
There was a lot of discussion. There was a lot of discussion about him in the chat. And even for me, it's Aaron to the Stone. Neil, I don't know if anything makes me happy or laugh harder than when your pure hatred for Philadelphia, trash-ass
is
city.
really
Dude,
funny.
Anybody from Philadelphia that ever says a word about Detroit, I'll square up. 100%. I'll square up on site.
Right.
I'll square up on site.
Tell him, what kind of
100%.
city's
Pop
Philly?
your shit, Neil.
Trash-ass city.
Stand on it.
And
Stand on it.
any way you want to fight about it, I'll fight about it. Going back to it.
Let's go.
Tables, ladders, and chairs.
You're right. He ready to go. He cut the promo.
Neil out there picking fight. Boys, I guess we had got no choice. Whatever way you want to do it.
Tables, ladders, and chairs. MMA, jiu-jitsu, whatever. Bare knuckle boxing, 30 style boxing. I'll grow the mustache with the curl. We'll do it. Whatever you want to do. However you want to fight.
The
I'll
fight Irish.
Johnson stance back.
Put him on. All right.
However you want to fight, if you're ever gonna live in Philadelphia and tell me that Detroit sucks, dude, I'll square up instantly. Instantly.
I've never been to Philly.
Don't.
Yeah, I don't plan on it.
I went twice. I said it couldn't have been this bad and went back again, and I was right. That was literally the thought process. I went there.
Give the city another shot.
I went there for the Army-Navy game, and I said, "There's no bars were closed at 10 on a Saturday." I said, "There's literally no way this city could suck this bad. No way. We're gonna go back." And we went back,
don't do this again.
and it was even worse. That's when I encountered all the rats and everything.
Yeah, I did.
Cody in the chat.
I did
Get
come
him, Neil.
across the worst Wawa ever, though.
Oh, I bet.
It was all automatic. It was bad. Right downtown.
He says Aunt Rocky was
Thanks,
overrated.
Mo.
I'm not willing to go that far. But pretty bad city.
Give me the RoboCop statue 10 times out of 10.
for
over
sure.
a
Why
Rocky
isn't that statue in Detroit?
I don't know.
Seriously, I don't know.
14 grit. I didn't know Neil was violent. I thought he was all talk. Square up. Talk about Philly, Detroit. Talk about it. You can go get it.
I will let you know. There are hills he will die on, and
This
it's
is
not
one.
just his two furnace castle
Yeah.
up on
No,
the mountain.
he for real.
You got into one.
Yep. Easy. Mike G. Easy used to fog up them windows in my Blazer in Roseville. Just saying. So there's that. No, but Cody.
I've spent a couple nights out front of a house in a car in Roseville.
Jake Wegner, Neil versus Nick Sirianni on rock, paper, scissors. No way I would lose to him. No way.
Yeah, he doesn't.
No way.
Nick Sirianni doesn't have the chops.
Buzzcock. Philly's a shithole that smells like piss with rats everywhere. It is. Or a Fitness. You come to Philly, Neil, I'll get you a cheesesteak. I don't give a shit about your
Cheesesteaks
cheesesteak.
do look good.
Overrated.
Now that might be overrated.
Give me a Coney over a cheesesteak.
We make
100
cheesesteaks
times
pretty
out of
fucking
100.
good here. That's all I'm saying.
100 times out of 100.
I'm
Coney
going
dog
to
over
New York
cheesesteak.
at some point this year.
Oh yeah, the
my-
food there. Ugh.
My brother lives out there, so I'm gonna go see a Knicks game at some point this year. And
Or a Fitness. Neil, come through.
Going to see
No,
Big
I've been
Cat?
twice. I've been twice. I'm never going back. The only time I'll ever be back there is like if the Pistons are playing the 76ers and I got to do the game, or Oakland's playing Temple or
Right.
something like that.
Or you got
And when
layover.
I do, I'm getting off, and we'll charter for that. So luckily I can just get off the plane and get on the bus and go to the hotel. Never walk outside, go back into the bus, go to the arena, do the game, get on the airplane and go home. My favorite part of going to Philadelphia is leaving Philadelphia. That's it.
Damn.
Now look what you guys made me do.
it's
All right, when we come back, Terry
don't
and
blame
Arnold.
us.
yeah, we're on track.
All right, Terry and Arnold, when we come back,
Got
all
a
right?
segment
we
off
got
on that.
we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
No, we do, because it's kind of getting political.
It's annoying.
What about the pregame show?
You know what about the pregame show. You know about All Day Football Sunday. You know that Woodward's doing it better than anyone. Woodward in Maine, Sundays 8 to 9 a.m. Terry Foster, Detroit sports legend, and Matthew Broder have you covered all football season long. And that spins us right into the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show with myself and Sean Belizean. During home games, we're live at Second Best, 42 Watson Street in downtown Detroit. A couple blocks away from Little Caesars Arena. That's brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskeys. No one is doing football better than Woodward Sports. Fact, not opinion.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supplies has everything that your pet can dream of. And guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Just in time for football season, Soroki's is debuting their signature wings. They are the best. You can get the lemon pepper, the buffalo, the honey barbecue. It doesn't matter. They've got 7 different flavors for you to choose from. Make sure you get them while you can. They are a limited time offer. Find a Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com and get some of their delicious signature wings just in time for the football game.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. Appreciate everybody new that's been tapping in to the network. Viewership exploding, as it typically does
Shout
on
out.
Lions Victory Tuesday. Shout out to all of you guys.
Tuesday, isn't it?
Calm Flower Garden. Welcome. Haven't noticed you in here before. Roseville's a church compared to the north side of Kalamazoo. All right.
Fair. Never been.
Triple Nickel. Terry Arnold needs to be coached up, and AG isn't looking up to the task.
What?
I don't think that's it. I think it's early in the he's got to figure out also too. Like, I mean, I'm sure in practice, but it's also too. Somebody said targeting. No, it's the young guys have to go through it, and do they get picked on a little bit because they're a rookie? I think yeah. You know, where the calls don't go to the veterans more, but you saw a veteran guy not get the calls yesterday at different times, and Carlton Davis. So I think it's more the way that the NFL is so offensive dominated and rules and the way it's officiated is pro offense that he's just part. Now, he's got 8, what do you have, 2 holdings and a pass interference. He's got to get better.
Yeah.
Right? But it doesn't concern me as much because they've been able to, even though he's done this, play through it. It hasn't cost them as much, and hopefully he's learning because it seems to be, Neil, you brought up a great point, right? They could call a flag on every play in the NFL if they wanted. So the fact that he's handsy, yes, he's going to get called on, but they're not going to always call it. Like they could, but they won't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you not agree with that? They won't call it every time. So maturity as a player is finding out what you're allowed to do.
Yeah.
And yes, a veteran guy with pedigree will get a little bit more and also do the relationships, right? So it's frustrating, but I don't think it's as much coaching as it is 4 games into the NFL, which is a new league and referee different than what he's played the last bunch of years in the SEC, where the big receivers, like it's more things. Would we not agree? Like when we watch SEC, that Alabama-Georgia game, right? Guys are going at it all game long.
Can't do that in the league.
It's a different game. So I think it's not as much coaching. Now, if this happens second half, if this continues to be the same way, I thought he got, me personally, ticky-tack on one of those.
Some calls were back and forth.
But that's the rookie charge.
It
is. To your point, that's the 1-score NFL charge. So I don't think it's as egregious as what some people make it out to be. It's got to be corrected. But you always want a guy to be over the edge and gear it back so that he can go there than being under the edge and having to not be who he is. Does that make sense?
No, 100% it does. I'm going to read this one, and I'm just going to read it, and then we're going to go right back to the subject matter.
Okay.
Can we all agree on that?
Sure.
Can you guys do that for me? Spenny, I'm looking at you. I'm going to read this one, and I want everyone in this room to pretend I didn't read it and just go back to the Terry and Arnold stuff.
All right.
Is that fair?
Sure.
You promise me?
Promise.
Okay. Not Motomoto says, when I crave a cigarette mom, I set my Tinder location to Roseville.
Hell yeah.
So going back to Terry and Arnold, you said you wouldn't do it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Getting back to Terry and Arnold.
You can do the mother-daughter treatment.
I'm just trying to think of how does it
You knew
relate?
it wasn't going to happen like that.
You failed to execute.
Yeah,
that
wasn't no me.
You could have the 23-year-old daughter and the 35-year-old mother in Roseville. Like, what's wrong with that?
He ain't lying.
Nothing wrong
Who's
with
more
that.
handsy?
Yeah.
Right. Definitely the mom.
Or the cigarette mom.
Definitely the MILF.
that.
Definitely the MILF, man.
Yeah, who's more handsy, the Roseville mom or Terry Arnold?
Yeah.
See, we kept it to Terry and Arnold.
That's fair.
All right,
You did.
good comparison.
Matt says, you guys complaining about Terry and Arnold and the defense. Do you want Cam Sutton back? No, and guys, I've bounced back and forth. That's why I know it's a good topic. Because I've reversed course once and even twice on this, D-Mac, to where I said when it started, before the very first game, I said, look, he's going to struggle because that's the nature. There's been like 2 mercurial cornerbacks ever that just walked in and were great. Mm-hmm. You know, there was sauce in prime time. Like that was pretty much it. But with that being said, I knew there was going to be some struggles. And then when I watched him play, I was like, wow, he's really got to change that. He's so handsy. And I don't know if it's handsy or physical or maybe a mix of both.
Yeah,
it's a little mix of both.
Yeah.
Like the handsy stuff is tough. I don't think the physical stuff's going to get called. I don't, because it looks like he went to war with DK Metcalf a couple of times last night. He went to war, and I liked it. Mm-hmm. For real, I liked it.
Yeah.
We know what the other end of having DBs in a secondary that doesn't go to war, that every other top receiver just dominates them or whatever. So we're going to take this because we got Carlton Davis, we got Terry and Arnold, at least guys that are fighting, and they're fighting DK Metcalf. And
exactly. And Neil, just to add to your point, talking about DK Metcalf, he's almost like an NBA player in the sense that he's so big and he's so physical. A lot of the times
you
he's
gotta
going
grab him.
Exactly. He's
like
going to get the benefit of the whistle.
Of football.
Yeah, he's going to get the benefit of the whistle. So a lot of those PIs were on him, but that's really the only way you can guard him. I mean, it's the NFL. Calls are going to go one way or another, but when you're guarding somebody like DK Metcalf, you almost have no choice because he's going to lean into you. He's going to create the contact. And then from the referee's perspective, you're going to get called for it.
No, and look, too, guys, remember, we're talking about being 4 games in. It was Puka Nacua, it was Godwin and Mike Evans, then it was Marvin Harrison Jr., who's on his skill level, and how did that work out? Capped him.
You did.
He capped Marvin Harrison Jr., 2 rookies going at it. Man on man, experience on experience. And he capped him. He worked him over. 100% he did. And then yesterday, got in the mix against DK Metcalf. But that's the nature of this league. Oh, by the way, you get your bye. Then it's CeeDee Lamb. And then the next week is Justin Jefferson. You see what I'm saying? Then it's the Titans and DeAndre Hopkins.
Never stops.
It never stops, and it's never going to stop. And we need to stop thinking that he's going to be perfect out there. We need to stop that shit like right now about Terry and Arnold, because you can't be perfect in this league because of those names I just listed off. And you know what? Dollar for dollar, if that's how he's going to play and bump and grind, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. I don't, man.
Yeah.
It's you have to do that to survive in this league, and they're not going to call it all. So, D-Mac, initially what I didn't like, last night I liked.
Yeah.
And it's weird. And I know that's
You're
weird
gonna
to say.
take it because of where have we come from.
100%.
From guys who can't cover, not big enough, refuse to be physical, falling down, doing all this. Here's the one thing I will comment what coaches might be able to do in preparation better, because you know who the reffing squad is, right? They have their own reffing team, right? Now each team, how many different ref units are there in the NFL? You know what I'm saying? But they each have a distinct, so it's just like umpires in baseball.
Yeah.
Who's behind the plate calling balls and strikes?
You got to get in there and get the feel.
No, that's where your coaches help
did you do that in
out
hockey?
the experience and go, this guy is a Bill McCreary, who's an NFL, which is yes sir, no sir, Mr. McCreary. Like as a man,
right,
you got to address this guy as the principal,
right,
out of respect. Then there's guys like Paul Stewart or Dvorsky, where you can F-bomb this, that, have these conversations. So, maybe get into your face. You can go heated. They like it a little bit because you care. But you got to know what you're going against. So, to the point of Terry and Arnold and the defense, is this a flag-happy secondary refereeing crew, which it seemed like it was last night? That's where you're going to figure it out. Because those sideline guys, If you run it up and down the whole game, you got to get into the flow. I think a lot of it too, Neil, is exactly what you said. You'll take it because he's smart. Mm-hmm. The pedigree, he will figure it out and play on that line.
And they can't call it all. They can't call it all. And that's what I keep going back to. Burn in the chat, the super chat. What's lost is the Lions won 42-29, giving up 100 yards of penalties in a game where we were never in danger of losing the lead. We dominated. They dominated that game last night. They dominated that football game.
Yeah, his penalties haven't cost you games.
And can you do me a favor? Armani and Edwards, 2-4. Well, actually, the Tigers watch party today, as a matter of fact. Can you tell Tom Mazaway that? They dominated that football game.
I got you.
Please do that. Please. This little section of chat messages here, I'm just going to rip these five off in a row. This is Woodward Sports. Patrick, Terry Arnold addressed our biggest need. 1,000,000%. Art Vandelay. Well, unless you are Jared Goff, then that is perfection. That is. And then there's Mike G. Bumping and grinding in Roseville. Sign me up, yo. And then there's...
Shout out Mike G, man.
Shout out Mike G.
Always.
Nasty says, are we having a Tiger Live watch party today? LFG, Tigers on top. Yes.
We are.
2:30.
2:30. Tap in.
So a half hour at E&E, and then we're going right into the watch
party. What you go to the doctor for?
Yep.
For 2:30.
There you go.
If you're 2:30,
14 Grit, Goff and
Dennis.
Arnold, unrealistic expectations. Both are good players. 100%.
Shout out to, I do want to shout out to Leo Cromartie in the chat. He's a guy, he listens. He was at the watch party. It was his birthday. He's a recent grad, U of M grad, dentist. So shout out to him. We were partying last night. It was his birthday. He was at second best. His whole family was there. They made some great like little carrot cake, cupcake things. Oh man, it was really good. Shout out to him though. It was a great time.
Can you imagine just running the streets with Spencer Raxter on a Monday Night Football game?
Oh man.
Must
Back
be a
in the
time.
day, it'd be a good time.
I didn't get a Grey Ghost burger. I didn't even get a Grey Ghost burger because I was too locked in.
And this, I think Matt sums this up very well. I said this every week. He's going to be going up against studs every single game. I'd rather see a PI instead of a blown coverage leading to a big game that flips a game.
Because he'll learn.
And that's kind of the self-realization I made. I'd rather him be physical with it. Handsy, whatever you want to call it.
Do you see the talent? Do you see the coverage? Do you see the tools and everything?
He's there every play.
Right. And now let's refine it, and then with all over it. That's what this defense is. You got to remember, this is only 4 games into his NFL career.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine, just like you'll be fine if you want to move to Roseville and maybe save some money on your house. All you got to do is go to Mark White, because Mark White will save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs.
Cheap out there.
Just go to markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. That's markwhitesells.com or call them at 248-290-8242. Have you heard some good things? Do you want to move to Roseville? Mark White will save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs of a new home. Make sure you hit him up when you want to make the move. And how about what I drank in excess yesterday?
Well, when you get that house in Roseville from Mark White, you can celebrate with the long drink. It's a gin-based cocktail. There's one made right here in Michigan with all natural ingredients for better flavor. Can confirm. Taller, the Dutch long drink from New Holland Brewing Company. Not only is it the best long drink, it's the best drink. Period. This is it. This is what I roll with now, everybody. Absolutely. Made from New Holland small batch gin, 100% real grapefruit puree for a fresh and delicious flavor. Taller, it's your local long drink.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
All right, but let's get serious for a second here. You're dealing with divorce, child custody, child visitation, family law, all of that. You need to get experience on your side. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law, they will have your back. They're right here in Birmingham. They have over 10 years of experience, and guess what? You're probably losing sleep if you're thinking about divorce and child custody and stuff like that. They have 24/7 availability, guys. That's big. Scan the QR code on the screen or give them a call, 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you, they'll pay your filing fee, but let's be real, guys. This isn't about getting a filing fee paid for. It's about getting experience on your side. It's a nice bonus, don't get me wrong, but Kevin and Catherine, KDK Law, right here in Birmingham, they will have your back.
Divorcing that chick from Roseville.
Probably done a lot of work in Roseville.
All right, everybody. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. As always, on Tuesdays, we're joined by our injury insider. Of course, it is Dr. Jeff Pierce taking some time here with us. We have a lot to get to, the NFL bye week. I'm mad at him. I'm glad for him at the same time. I'll break that down in a minute. But, Doc, we talked yesterday on the show. Dikembe Mutombo passed away.
Right.
He was a guy that you knew to some degree, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, I was fortunate to spend some time with him and Gervin and all that, especially at the All-Star games. That's, I think, a picture of me or my son and Mutombo. But he was just a gentle giant. There's a great picture of him looking short with Gervin and some of the other guys. It's just kind of funny.
Fall, yeah.
Tacos there. I mean, look how short Gervin looks in that photo.
NBA legend.
Yeah,
Like,
those are the legends right there with my son. There's a picture of him next to Bugsy
Bogues?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're at the same height. Then there's pictures, which is kind of funny. But as a human, he was a true great humanitarian.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much people know what he did back in his country, but he was so respected by the players, by the NBA. It's funny being around those guys as someone on the outside of it. You can see who the players actually respect and like, hey, hi. But young players that would come up to him and sit and he'd hold court and what he's doing, and it's great to see. And those are the people you kind of learn from. From my aspect, and what I had my son with me, and those are the kind of life lessons of who you are as a human being before you're a player, a doctor, a lawyer, someone on TV. Who are you as a human first? And Mutombo was that. I mean, it's so sad that we've lost him so prematurely at 58, but my short time with him and just he left impression on me. It wasn't just the finger pointing, but it was just how to be a better human. He had his whole family always around him. A very generous man that gave back 10 times more than he ever got.
That's what people are saying in the chat too. Better person off the court than he even was as a player, and he was great despite what Sam Flannel has to say. No, but Doc, again, glad you're here. All right, I wanna check in with you on some things that we talked about in the past here. All right. Number one, I'm happy with you.
Okay.
Remember
We
D-Mac?
got a checklist.
Remember D-Mac? He told us. He said, Jahmyr Gibbs, gonna be all right, gonna be fine. I was worried. About residual issues and stuff like that. But Doc, you soothed me, you calmed me. So thank you for that. Jahmyr Gibbs looks okay.
He looks great. What do you have? 1 touchdown,
2
positive, 2 touchdowns,
2 touchdowns, yeah.
2. Montgomery had 2, and he had
Montgomery had 1.
1. Okay,
Yep.
well, I had it backwards. All right, yeah, I mean, he's been great. There's no hesitation. Like I keep telling you, how do we evaluate? You know, not that I want to get into Aaron Rodgers right away, but just that footstep, just that speed, just that confidence, you know, that grit going through the line, he's got it. There's no hesitation in that. When you see some other people, like even Williams, you know, his first catch, I mean, he's trying to jump over the goalpost and jump into the stands. He has full confidence in that knee. He's over that physically and mentally. I mean, he's going full out without hesitation also. So you're mad at me, huh?
I am mad at you. Okay, yeah, I'm upset. Now, you were right about the Gibbs thing that made me happy. You were right about another thing that pisses me off. I wanted Jordan Love out longer. And you told me, because I was doom and gloom about it, and I was just looking at it and seeing what happened. I'm like, there's no way this cat's not missing 8 weeks. You sat down and you said, you know, he could be back in 3. And I said, Doc, no way. And here we are. Why?
I think
Why'd you have to be right?
I'm 100% on that one.
You are.
No, it's just the type of injuries and the grit, the person. And Jordan Love's out to prove something. I mean, it's sad. I mean, Minnesota's, you know, who expected them to play like he did, but there was no hesitation. Maybe there was some hesitation in Jordan at the beginning. Very slow start, didn't get his rhythm out of the gate, and maybe it was that mental play that he had to deal with. But yeah, I mean, there's certain injuries. You know, we're looking at Ragnow on our team that I'm predicting to be out a little bit sooner than people are predicting. So we'll see how that goes. And then, you know, Reacher too. Reacher, I think I'm right on with Reacher. Maybe I'm a little off. But, you know, for him to be, you know, he's a positive effect on that line, and he's making stuff happen. So, yeah, there's some science and, you know, the mental, you got to put the picture together. You know, not that we're gypsies or anything, but you got to be a card reader, too, on that personality. But, you know, I had a lot of work with the Red Wings back in the day to pick who would be returning and not returning.
Yeah, no doubt. We got out of last night's game pretty scot-free, right? As far as the other guys, yeah. So it's just about the injuries. Where does Ragnow? Because the blessing in holding Frank out is it gives him that extra time with the bye week and stuff like this. I thought, you know, looking at guys that are coming available, I was worried a little bit about Laporta and his ankle, and we've talked about that nagging ankle injury, but he was effective all night long, and he ran some great routes, and that didn't look like it's affecting it. Is that one of the things too? That you as a medical professional are in there is they're trying to get these guys not only to be able to play, but something like how do you maintain so it doesn't fall backwards and he's able to accelerate, like put himself in a great position.
I mean, Laporta is a great example of having this bye week. I know you wanted to talk about the bye week. And it absolutely helps. I mean, rest.
Do we oversell it though? Like people think like you could have a torn ACL on Saturday, get through the bye week, and be back the following Sunday.
No. There's still physiology in place. There's still the biologics and physiology. But like an achy body, you know, you have an achy body, you just can't catch up, and they gotta like repeat again. Have you talked to the players, especially football players? Like, I got through Sunday, I'm resting. They have a routine to recover their body. Do we know better? Yeah. Do we get an extra week out of it? Yeah. Like nagging shoulders, nagging ankles, like rib injuries, all that stuff recovers. As far as ligament damage and all that, that doesn't just automatically accelerate because you had the week off. There's still physiology that will have timing that you're going to need. And you know, we talk about special sauces. Can these things work better without any irritation, right? So you want to eliminate the aggravating factors. Not practicing hard, not playing an aggressive collision sport for 1 week does add up. Yes, it's definitely a positive in the favor of the Lions. There's not too many guys that are out, or even our light concussion guy. You know, all this week is going to help get them, you know, feeling good, but they got to be committed to work. You know, some guys just rest. You know, Ragnow might just be a resting thing, work on his power of his lower extremities and overset the upper body. You know, Laporte is a great example of benefiting from this. I mean, he did look good yesterday. He ran that route, but you could see he just wasn't like with Gibbs. He's just powering through. Where Laporte was like, you know, I'm kind of moving and I'm right. Like when he might have scored with a healthy ankle on that one play where he went like 27 yards or something. But that's the kind of thing. He still knows, and we talked about Braylon with this, is that you know you got what gears when you're injured. So it's so important to know your body itself. And that comes with maturity. And Laporta's like in that between. He's not a rookie, but he's not a seasoned athlete. He probably knows I didn't have, my top gears, but I'm okay in my light gears and my middle gears. If I try to go a little bit harder or cut a little bit harder, I'm going to mess with that ankle that I don't want to deal with. So you kind of like if we go, there's 10 gears and 10's the top speed, and one's just starting out. I think these guys know how to hang out in that 5, 6, 7 gear to not aggravate and just create a well-balanced play.
So take it right up to the line. Spenny, I'm going to need your help with the footage on Montgomery yesterday, because the chat wants to know. They want to know your professional medical diagnosis. In fact, did Devon Witherspoon, is he still with us after this play?
Well, I can't see it because I'm in this.
The Montgomery lowering the shoulder and running through the chest of Devon Witherspoon. Spenny put him in the coffin, told him to rest in peace, but this move right here. Boom.
Oh, that, yeah.
What's your professional medical diagnosis of that?
That's a hard-hit collision. He's still in the play. It's a beautiful collision. Rack your chest bone, your ribs. You got a bone bruise there for sure.
What about his dignity? What's the diagnosis on his dignity?
Dignity, he's going to have to recover from. He's going to need a little mental rehab along with that. But some of these guys, it depends on your character. I mean, I know we want to be positive on our guy, and then we schooled him, and he's in ESPN highlight and all that. But some of these guys live on that. That will never happen to me again. And they work out harder the next day. So I think his dignity is going to be just fine. I know that's not exactly what you want to hear, but I think he's not going to let that happen again.
You said the magic word that turns the chat out. More questions about the, quote, secret sauce. What is the secret sauce? It's situationally
you gotta come
dependent.
to Michigan Sports and Spine to find that out.
All right, there it is. MichiganSportsandSpine.com. Well, Doc,
it's just things that we have access to for the players. It's not like insurance covered or always approved. It's stuff that we put together at a custom level for the player. It's not like so crazy, but it's appropriate for what we need to do to keep these guys playing.
Absolutely. Doc, we appreciate the time. As always, my friend. Thanks for stopping by.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. There it is.
About an hour and a
Even
half
Doc.
away.
Jared Goffin.
Jared Goff. Everybody's
Pierce.
doing the Jared Goff.
Go
Dr.
Tigers.
Jeff Pierce appears to us courtesy of MRI of Southfield as well. Good conversation as always. Let's take the break. Where are we at with that one, Spenny? Randy Wise, right?
Yeah, tell us about Randy Wise.
You know what? We just tied up the VIP experience with Randy Wise. What a great time it was with DP and the rest of them out at Oak Point. Stay tuned. You'll see some video of it. But make sure next time you get a chance and use the QR code to register for a chance to play golf with myself, Kirk Gibson, Braylon Edwards, or Calvin Johnson, the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. You can register by hitting that screen today, and when it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. Randy Wise Automotive.
And let me tell you about the watch party and the post-game show, only live at Hayes Social, presented by New Holland Brewing Company. Taller Long Drink had about 1,000 of those yesterday. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. Like I said, live watch party, post-game show, both live at Hayes Social. Make sure you tap in. We're doing Lions season better than anybody in the state, and it's not close. Tap in with Woodward Sports.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
All right, guys, still time to join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit, boys and girls clubs, the Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League. They offer programs in football and cheer as well. Youth ages 5 to 14 have 6 exciting teams to choose from: Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. Register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, and transportation all included for a chance to play for a championship at Ford Field for just $175 per child. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports. All right, just about an hour and a half away. First pitch, playoff baseball, everybody. I see a concerning tweet here from John Paul Morosi. I'm going to read it, but we'll talk about it after this run is over. The Tigers' 26-man roster for the wild card series includes 0 players acquired via free agency. Don't show that to little Chris, everybody. Yeah. All right? Please don't do that. Some other... It is, though. But the lineups are out. We're ready to rock. D-Mac, where you at with it, man? It's go time.
No, it is. And up against it. But again, like you said, we're free. This is a free roll.
Free roll.
So let's go. I mean, you look at the lineup and stuff. I just think that this is, sort of the magical season that is not ending. You got your guy on the mound, Triple Crown loading. So I want to see, this is like... It's not like revenge and stuff, but like this has got to mean a lot to AJ Hinch, to go back in there with what he's got, and let's keep this magical ride going. Go Tigers!
Go Tigers!
And to the texter that was in there saying, you got this guy in the Tiger hat saying that they should trade Scooble. Every one of you that bring that up,
it's so dumb.
I'll address it. I'll address it on the record. That is not what I said. Everybody, roll the tape. I said trade him or sign him.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 options.
Even if you wanted him traded at that time, it made perfect sense because the direction that the team was going.
Absolutely.
Point blank period.
And don't think they weren't trying to trade him.
Exactly. They were in talks.
You can lie to me, but damn it, don't lie to yourself. They were in trade talks. I wanted to play Baltimore because I wanted to beat Baltimore.
We would have beat Baltimore.
I wanted to beat Baltimore, and we still could.
We still could.
Theoretically, I guess we still could beat Baltimore.
I just don't understand motherfuckers that were like, I want Houston. Give me Houston.
I don't either.
Why the fuck would you want Houston?
I don't either.
They've got a team
Get
full
it out the way.
Dominicans that have been playing in the ALCS for the past 10 years. I'd rather see a bunch of young white boys in Baltimore like we got. Put us up against the white boys. I don't want to see this giant Dominican dude whose name's Jordan with a Y. He scares me. He literally scares me. Nobody on the Orioles roster scares me like Yordan Alvarez does. That man,
they're not invincible, but I get it. I get it.
We faced off in the beer league softball circles before. Yordan Alvarez. Every team's got one of those dudes. When you're playing C major and stuff like that. Yeah. Everybody's got that 6'6", 260-pound guy that is just going to hit it over the fence whenever he wants to. That's it.
Yeah. So work around him.
There you go.
No, he is. He's a slow pitch softball guy.
He's scary.
I don't know. I'm not scared per se, because if you're scared, that means you feel like you got something to lose.
Well, you went on the record yesterday and said you were scared.
Yeah,
you said you weren't scared of the Vikings, but you're scared of the Astros.
But I guess at the same time, there's literally nothing to lose. And guys, I'm telling you this too. This is the last time I'm going to say it, because I know how, no matter how this game goes, say they lose, people are going to dust off, all their bits and everything and crush the lineup. Dude, they don't have a free agent on this team in the playoffs. They're not even supposed to be here. This is and by the way, remember this is the last free spin you get with the Tigers. Is it going to be like this next year?
Nope. Absolutely not.
Are we going to be expecting something next year?
Yep.
I low-key can't wait for that.
Division.
And if we don't get it,
it's a disappointment.
People will be pissed.
Yeah.
Rightfully
so.
And they're going to feel promised something by the nature of your performance this year.
Exactly.
So take it in, everybody. It's a free spin. We're not supposed to beat them. They're the Astros. They're the most non-talked about dynasty in the history of baseball, in my mind. They are. They've done it forever.
Birthed by AJ Hinch.
They've been to the playoffs 7 straight times. It's a free spin. Got to have the Scooball game tonight, obviously.
Yeah.
Got to.
You only need to win 2. You do.
Got to. Got to have it, man.
All the pressure is on them.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Especially when we win game 1. Because, like, Framber Valdez, he's pretty damn good, too. Don't just, like, brush him aside. Especially going against a lefty-heavy lineup, which is why Colt Keith and Kerry Carpenter aren't in the starting lineup. Having those guys as pinch hits down the stretch in this game could be huge. But when we win this game, because it's a Tarek Skubal start, so we're going to win this game, so much pressure is on the Houston Astros.
Oh, no doubt.
Everything is on the Houston Astros.
No doubt. And they will bounce back.
Yes.
Because they are the Houston Astros.
And they do this. They've been doing this for 10 years now.
Like the people that are just like, we're going to sweep them. I mean, easy, everybody.
Yeah.
Relax.
Don't do that to
I ain't
yourself.
saying that.
2 birds, both stoned. If you're scared, go to church, Neil. I know we did say that the other day. I have a lot of respect for the Astros.
As you should.
They are the Boston Celtics back in the Pistons bad boy days. Like you can hate them,
Right.
but you can't question them.
And that's fine. But at least we have the man that helped orchestrate that over there. So if anybody knows him, it's him. So we go into battle with him and Skubal. Let's lay the cards on the table. It is what it is.
We are in the playoffs. D-Mac, we'll ride off on this because I want your take on this. We are in the playoffs, and Andy Ibanez is our cleanup hitter, and we don't have a Major League Baseball free agent. And here we are. Yeah, right. Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, because you know what? We're free rolling, and all those questions that need to be answered by your friend Chris, or as you call him, Lil Chris, right? There is all that time. Right now, it's about Tigers playoff baseball. What do we always say? Just get in the dance, and you never know what happens.
And we're in the dance.
Here, we're in the dance.
First time in a decade.
All those questions, there's time for those questions. Because if anything, this team has proven that you better do something out of respect for where they've gotten it to. But until then, let's go Tigers.
Pizza, bitch.
Sorry, it was a drop in the system. I really wanted to play it. Now I felt now was the appropriate time.
Well, that was it. Go Blue. Let's fucking go. House money. No, that is it, everybody. Watch party, 2:30 today, Woodward Sports. First playoff baseball in a decade, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Tell your mama. All right, for D-Mac, for KG, Spencer Raxter, thanks for everybody tapping in on a Victory Tuesday. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Woodward Sports Network, Big D Energy. Well, see you later.